Legend though. We would have died legends, bro. We would have been legends.
We were on our way to do a podcast, son.
We honestly would have got more respect and like
If we had died.
if we had died.
Let's go back.
Upcoming
Let's go back and redo that shit, son.
upcoming artists and upcoming
Podcaster.
upcoming entrepreneur enthusiast die in
New
car
Jersey.
accident.
And then everybody would listen to your music and everybody would
I'll
watch
get so
my
many
vlogs.
plays. I'll get so many plays. I'll get so much
Son,
fucking
my
love.
vlogs, bro. Gary V would fucking watch that shit.
I'll get so much love, bro, if I would have died right now. Nah, man. Bro.
All right, bro, but let's start this shit. All right, so if you guys don't know this by now, we got in a car accident. Literally just got in a car accident. It wasn't planned. It wasn't for dramatic purposes. And it could have been worse, right? Just like the lady said, it could have been worse. But here we are, man. Now we're feasting to celebrate life. Well, Edgar's feasting right now because I'm too nervous to eat, bro.
If I would have died, I would have never got to eat this fucking.
Chipotle.
So you can't really hear Callie.
Yeah. Huh?
No, so it can't really hear you.
They can't hear me?
Cause they're saying you can't really hear Callie. Like, probably talk louder.
Oh, hear me?
Yeah.
Like talking?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to bring this shit closer. Hold up. Oh, shit. My stomach's rumbling, bro. Whew. I'm hungry.
Nah, but if I would have died, yo, if we would have died,
It would have been better.
they would have respected us more, bro.
Honored us, bro. Honored us.
They only fuck with you when you fucking die, bro.
Yo, so let me take advantage of this whole almost dying shit. And let me hit you with the question that we were talking about before we started this podcast. Would you prefer to know when you're going to die, the exact day, the exact time, or do you prefer to know how you're going to die, the exact way? It's like down to like the most meticulous details. It's like you're going to, be hit by this car, red car, whatever, BMW, the driver's going to be African-American, or it's going to be this person, and like the exact details. Or do you prefer to know the exact day and time of your death?
I prefer to know the exact day, bro. Cause like, if I knew I had 20 years to live,
You would live that shit up.
I'm going hard as fuck for those 20 years.
For
like,
sure.
I'm going hard as hell.
For sure.
You feel me? Like,
Jumping out of planes and shit, and bungee jumping.
I'm not saving any of my money. I'm blowing all that shit. I'm giving money to everybody.
Car accidents left
You
and
feel me?
right. Yeah.
Cause when that day comes, yo, I'm gonna just take that shit. I'm like, yo, it's my day to go. Could have been today.
It could have been today. Yeah.
It could have been today, bro.
It could have been today, but it wasn't. Gladly,
God willing, bro. But
Do you believe in God? Just hit you with the
man.
with some deep ass questions. Son. Like, let me finish eating first, son.
I do believe in God, 100%. I do believe in God. I actually had a crazy, bro. It's crazy that you're asking me this because a couple of days ago, no, like 2 days ago, yesterday actually, I'm fucking still shook up a little bit and shit. I had a crazy ass dream, bro, that I'm pretty sure had something to do with like religion and like
How so?
fucking afterlife and shit. Bro, that shit. Oh my, bro, that shit was. I woke up.
How so?
I was like, what the fuck just happened, bro? Like, cause you know how YouTube works. Sometimes you'll play one video and then you'll end up on something else completely different.
Illuminati,
Bro.
And then you start watching like,
Bro, I was watching fucking like everyday struggles, like the interviews and shit, like Charlemagne and like fucking like some Russ interview, and then that shit relayed over into like I ended up watching fucking some shit about some guy that died, like he was fucking
take your time, bro. Take your
what's
time.
it called? Like he had drowned in a pool and he was pronounced dead for like 20 minutes because he actually died. He drowned in shit, and then when he was like resuscitated. I don't want to put that shit up. Resuscitated. What's it called? He was talking about an experience that he had when he was dead and shit. And he was just like, yo, in his 20 minutes that I was dead, that like he saw a devil. So like he had a conversation with the devil type shit. So like after hearing that, I'm just like, bro, that shit's like
Real.
that shit's real.
Really?
And like it relays over into my dream that I had, son. Cause like in this dream, it was so fucking creepy, bro. Like it was actually creepy, son. It had like my mom in it. It had like 3 close friends. That shit was like I woke up looking at my mom differently. I was just like kind of like swaying away from her and shit. it was just fucking creepy, bro. Like, so I'm gonna give like a little rundown of the dream and shit. So in my dream, I had just woken up. It's like 8 in the morning. My mom opens my fucking bedroom door and she lets in 3 people, which she never does because she hates when people are in my room because she knows I'm a bad person. And
what do you mean she knows you're a bad person?
She knows who I am. What's it called? And then
Oh shit! Hold up. What's happening right now?
Oh, it says you left.
Really?
Yeah, you probably just doing it again. So I'm gonna just like continue the story.
Yeah. Sure.
What's it
Sorry
called?
about that. Yeah.
So she brings in 3 people into my room, 3 of my friends, and then they walk in. I'm just like, at first thought, I'm just like, yo, why the fuck are you here? I was like, why are you in my house this early? And then before I could even finish my sentence, one of the girls like runs over to me and like hugs me, and I was just like, oh, I'm like, yeah, like I appreciate the hugging. Like, why the fuck are you here? Like, answer my question. And then she's just like, oh, doesn't answer me. So then I'm looking over to the other 2 people, and they brought me a gift or some shit. And what's it called? It was like some doll or something. It was like a
Annabelle type shit?
Yeah, some Annabelle shit on some life-size doll shit.
The fuck?
And then like I asking them like, bro, like why are you guys here? Like it's 8 in the morning on a fucking Saturday.
With the doll.
With a doll, like.
Yeah.
And then they didn't answer me. And then they eventually leave the room, and it's just like my parents leave the room. It's just me and the girl, and we're like laying in my bed. We're just like hugging and shit. And then at one point, I'm just like, like, can you tell me why the fuck you're here? Like, I understand, like, maybe you just came to visit me randomly, but like, no one does that at 8 in the morning. That when you've never been to my house before, type shit.
With my parents too. It's like
with my mom home, like I have brought home one girl ever when my parents were home. Like, I don't want to get into that though.
We'll get into that later.
And then what's it called? Like, she's like, oh no, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's gonna be okay. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then she's like, oh, I love you. And there's some girl that I used to like talk to and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I love you too. And at the end of me saying I love you too, she looks up and her eyes are all black.
No.
And I was just like, what the fuck, bro? I woke up after that happened. I woke up in my dream, and then like
sweating and shit, just startled.
I just woke up. I was mad shook, bro. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened to me? And then I fell back asleep after like 10 more minutes. And then when I fell back to sleep, the dream continued. But in the second part of the dream, I was in like sleep paralysis. In the dream,
you couldn't move, or you couldn't.
I was like in my dream.
That's the worst thing. Yeah.
So I was just like in the dream. I was looking across the room, and all I see is the fucking doll.
Fuck.
And then I can't move and shit.
Goosebumps
and I'm
right
like,
now. So I hate that shit.
I'm like frozen. I can't move and shit. And then the doll starts like moving, and I was like, "Fuck, bro."
Moving towards you?
Like just moving in general, and I was like, "Fuck." And then eventually starts like moving towards me, but it felt like it was probably like 15, 20 feet away from me, but it felt like it was fucking a 2-hour long, walk.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Like, I was trying to move and shit, couldn't move, and then it starts talking like a different language. It starts talking some like like some weird shit, bro. Like,
what the fuck,
bro? I'm telling you, this shit. I cannot make this shit up, bro. I woke up and I was like shook. I was fucking like, what the fuck is happening? And
but
then,
is the girl still in the second part of the dream?
No, she's not there.
She's not there
now.
anymore.
But as the doll is walking towards me, the 3 people that came into my room, they're in the doorway, like watching now, and all their eyes are black.
Fuck.
All 3 of their eyes are black, and then it's like walking up to me, and all I hear in my voice is like what the girl was saying to me in the previous dream, like, "Oh, it's okay. I love you. It's gonna be okay." I'm just like, what the fuck is? I'm like, what the fuck is gonna be okay, bro? Like,
that's some horror movie type shit right there, bro.
And then, like, as the doll walks towards me, it's like about to touch me. It's going really slow. And then once it does, I wake up.
Wow.
So I woke. After the second time I woke up, I was just like,
I ain't going back to sleep anymore.
I need to go Google some shit. I need to go
watch some YouTube videos.
I need to know what the fuck dolls mean. I need to know what the fuck
black
eyes mean.
Black eye demons mean.
Like.
Damn, son.
And then I went and Googled it because Google's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
What's it called? I Googled what relevance does black eyes having a dream, and it was like, oh, whenever somebody has black eyes in one of your dreams means that someone's like very ill, but they don't know it yet. or some shit like that. I don't know why my shit just ended. What the fuck?
Oh. Yeah, on mine too.
I'm gonna go live again, okay? But like, yeah, that shit was like super weird, bro. And then like the meaning of the black eyes was like, oh, somebody, like whoever has the black eyes in the dream is very ill.
Is or is going to be?
Is going to be very ill, but they don't know it yet. So like after that, I was just like, all right, this is mad creepy now. It's
so
like
you saw both of your parents with the black eye?
no, my mom.
Just your mom?
Yeah, just my mom, and then no, my mom didn't have it. It was the 3 people that came in the room.
Okay.
With like 3 of my friends from like college. And shit.
Oh, okay.
So like,
so did you immediately or wait until the next day? Did you hit those people up and just call them and just text them and
the
see what's
second I
up?
woke up, bro.
Really?
Second I woke up, I made a group chat with them. And I was like, yo,
Explain. I had a dream.
I was like, yo, I don't want to creep you guys out, but I had a crazy ass fucking dream. And I need you guys to know what the fuck happened. I told them, they were like, yo, are you fucking smoking crack or some shit? I was just like,
Mushrooms and shit. Yeah.
I was like, nah, bro. Like, that shit's just like crazy. I don't know, bro.
Fuck that. Do you believe in lucid dreaming and like being able to control your own dream? Because you were talking about about not being able to move in your dream, right? And like the complete opposite of that is when you're in control of like everything that happens. And
I've actually, crazy enough, I've tried doing lucid dreaming before.
I've tried doing it too. Yeah.
It just never happened to me.
Never clicked.
Like I would try to like fall asleep and be in control, but like it'll never happen. I'll either fall asleep or just not fall asleep.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's like some otherworldly shit.
It is though, yeah. And the few times that it actually happened to me, it was like involuntary, right? So I wasn't like trying to like go to sleep and be like, all right, I'm gonna control it, and then control it. Like it just happened like involuntarily. Like one time I had this dream, like it was probably one of the most simplest dreams out of all. And basically what happened was I dreamt that I was sleeping on a sofa and I was pushing up the covers to see if like, do you know when you fall asleep on your sofa and you have like your covers on and shit?
Yeah.
And you try to push it up, like you're not 100% awake, but you just try to push up the covers just to fall asleep again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I dreamt that I was pushing up the covers, and then I pushed up the covers, and once I pushed up the covers, I turned to the side. I woke up, and then I looked at my feet, and there were no covers on me. And so then I fell back asleep again, and then I woke up again within that dream, and then I had the covers on me. So basically, I was dreaming that I was dreaming in a dream, if that makes any sense. I smoked some mushrooms like 2 minutes away. Go for
That's happened to me before, bro.
Yeah.
I literally had a dream of me sleeping.
So, yeah,
Like-
that's what happened. And then you wake up, but you're still in a dream. And then you wake up and you're still in a dream, and then you just tell yourself like, oh shit, I was just dreaming. And then you wake up again.
So I'm gonna tell you about
That's
one of the
some
videos that I
Inception
watched. I am a firm believer. I believe in mad conspiracy theories. I'm a fucking nut, honestly, bro. I watch all that shit.
I
There's
love that
one
shit.
story that I watched about some time travel shit. So it was like a police recording of a phone call. This lady thinks someone's breaking into her house, right? Through her like bathroom window. She hears a crack. She calls the cops. She's like, oh, I think someone broke into my house. So while she's on the phone with them for like 15, 20 minutes, like calming her down and shit, she's like, oh, I'm just going to go downstairs and check. Maybe I'm just hallucinating. Maybe I'm just like
Making shit up or
making shit up. Maybe
dreaming.
I'm just like
Yeah.
my imagination or something. And then she's like, she goes to the bathroom and the door is closed. So if someone breaks into your house, they're not going to have the door closed. You feel me? Like they're not going to be inside.
Yeah.
And then so she goes, she looks in, and the bathroom window wasn't broken. The mirror was. So a little backstory about the lady. Her husband had died in 2001. The phone call is from 2012. So the guy's dead. He's dead already. That's like her husband. He's dead. She goes, looks in the bathroom, and guess who's in the bathtub?
Her husband.
But it wasn't her husband at the time he died. It was a younger version of him, like when they first met. And he was like bleeding out through his ears. And he was like unconscious but still like heart beating.
So it was real. Like she actually.
Her husband was in the bathtub,
But the younger
But he's been
version
dead
of
for
himself.
10 years. But he wasn't him in the bathtub. It was a younger version
It was
of
his
him.
younger version, yeah.
So imagine you have a wife. She dies. 10 years later, you're in the bathroom. You see a younger version of your wife.
From
you
when
guys
we first met, yeah.
So let's say you're 40 right now. You guys met when you're 18. You see your 18-year-old girlfriend in the bathtub. How do you explain that? Like,
So what happened after that? I mean, like, did the cops come and did
the
she
cops were there,
report
and
it?
then the cops were there, and then the FBI
Did
pulled up.
they see the body?
Yeah,
No.
they closed off the entire thing and took over the case. Because the guy who was on the emergency call put the thing on YouTube. He was like, "Yo, whoever knows that if I can get in contact with this lady, like, let me know because I want to know what the fuck happened." Out of his own curiosity.
Wow.
So like,
God damn it, bro.
bro, because I believe in that shit, bro. There's no way. I've been believing in that shit.
So,
Like,
what?
if they're like, bro, there's so many shit, like so much shit going on right now. Like, they are like, I watch a lot of Black Mirror. I love
I watched
conspiracies. bro.
every
I watch
episode
all
of
this
Black Mirror.
shit, son.
Yeah.
Like, I 100% believe that there's shit happening that we don't know about. Like,
Yeah.
time travel is real. Aliens are real. Ghosts are real.
Closer. Yeah.
What else is real?
Do you think that the world is flat?
I'm real. It's like, nah.
Do
There
you,
is this
do you
flat.
think
I don't have any opinion on that because I've never really
because you haven't like
looked into it. Type
dug
shit,
deep
so
into
I'm
it?
not gonna
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
drop an opinion if not like informed and shit.
I've seen a lot of conspiracy theories about the world being flat and like people explaining how they like. Did you know that all of those pictures that you see of the Earth is really all photoshopped? Like it all goes through, like it's been proven by NASA that they Photoshop everything because they can't really take a picture of the whole planet. So they take pictures of like portions of it and then they just put it together. Yeah. So that makes you think a bit. It's like, so how much of it, like if that's Photoshopped, then what else are they able to Photoshop? And I've been like looking into like the whole flat Earth conspiracy stuff, but I never really dug too deep into it because I'm kind of scared of like being convinced that it's flat. And then I'll be viewed like as a fucking crazy person or some shit like that. Because most people that think the world is flat is crazy, right? It's like,
You know who believes it actually?
yeah,
What's it called? Kyrie Irving.
really?
He believes in a flat Earth.
I saw tweets of his.
He was getting
Or-
he was getting roasted for that shit.
I saw that shit. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, dude.
It was like, oh, how do you drop a fucking triple-double every game but still believe the Earth is flat? Like, it was some funny shit.
The curve of the trajectory or whatever. Nah, yo, that shit's crazy. Like, I don't really have an opinion on like religion and shit. I just think that I don't know, dude. It's like I come from a very religious family, right? And everybody, they all believe in like spirits and ghosts and all that shit. And like every relative of mine had some experience with like past relatives that died or some shit like that. And they've seen like my grandfather or they see like my uncle or whatever. But I've always wanted to like have an experience, like a real experience. And sometimes like with all honesty, I'll be like sitting here alone and then I'll be like just like thinking in my mind, just like asking for some shit to happen. It's like, yo, like appear or move some shit and stuff, and that shit never happens. So I get pissed and I'm like, oh, that shit's bullshit. That shit doesn't exist. But I don't know.
For this podcast,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about everything that nobody else really wants to talk about.
Oh shit.
We're gonna talk about some real like weird shit
And
some real like on the edge type shit. So we're gonna talk about
like what?
conspiracies.
Okay.
What else? I'll be like go back and forth.
Conspiracy, religion.
Religion. All right.
Religion,
We'll do that. It's a little crazy, but let's do it. Fuck it.
Let's talk about drugs,
Drugs. All right. Drug use.
mushrooms and shit.
All right. Hundo.
Let me see what else.
We're gonna make this the best fucking podcast ever, bro.
Exactly.
We're gonna talk about all the crazy shit.
Especially after the accident, because we have to make this, worth the
We just got
accident.
in an
It's just
accident.
worth all the shit.
We could have died before getting on this fucking podcast. Like
For real.
today, we would have died Sunday, August 12th, 2018.
Yo, do you believe in like that there's like parallel universes where like there's like
100%.
infinite Earths and like
100%, bro. There's too many fucking planets in the universe, in the solar system, for there not to be any other sources of life.
but
Like,
no, but not
like-
another source of life. Like in another Edgar, like an infinite number of Edgars, the same
like a
exactly like
doppelganger.
Huh?
Like a doppelganger. It's like,
Exactly. But like, I don't know, like infinite Edgars who do the same. Like some of them are doing the same thing that you're doing right now, like in the same scenario, down to the same. I don't know, man. Like, do you believe that there's like infinite amount of views out there?
bro, I believe that on this earth, there's at least 2 more Edgars.
I believe that shit too. Like identical
they
to you,
look just like me.
Identical to you. Yeah.
Like, Edgar, if you're out there,
Watch this
hit
podcast.
me up. Let's link up. We can go on double dates and shit.
Yeah,
No one will ever
yeah,
know
yeah.
who
Nah,
who's
for
who.
cheating and shit. Yeah. Nah, like that I believe because a lot of famous people
And we can talk
have
about
that.
relationships too.
Because of what?
Relationships we can talk about.
Relationships, like romantic
Like
shit.
relationships like do's and don'ts.
Uh,
Like the funny shit.
okay.
that's happened before, like-
Okay. Got you.
I actually have some good ass shit to talk about that.
Got you.
I'm gonna let it all on this shit.
All right. All right. So let's just start off. Let me see where we could start off. Do you want to start off just talking about a little bit about like what made you go into the whole music thing? Like what made you fall in love with like music? What made you go down that path? What is the reason as to why you're like so ambitious and you're so driven and why you
I mean, after this question, somebody requested to start on relationships.
right now?
After. I mean, we'll do this one question and then we'll
Yeah,
bounce
for sure.
over.
Yeah, cool.
So basically, I started getting into music when I was like 14.
Mm-hmm.
I did my first paid gig at Sports Club Portuguese.
I know.
In front of
Yeah.
800 people.
T-night?
The first time I ever DJ'd.
Yeah.
I was 14. I was in the 8th grade. Passing out teen night flyers and shit.
I remember that shit.
I was barely a teen.
Yeah.
Passing out teen night
Barely
flyers.
got in. Yeah.
Like, that was the first time I ever got behind some ass, too. That was the first time I've ever, like, had an interaction with a girl. I was like, wow. I like this.
This is what's up. This is what's
I was
up.
like, this shit is fire.
Damn,
So I was
son,
DJing when I was
14.
14.
Yeah.
DJed for like 2-3 years. When I was 15, I started getting into producing and shit,
Mhm.
making beats and stuff. And then that carried on until I was like 19. And then this year I started rapping and shit, which has been going pretty well. So I'm like running
Yeah,
with
for
it.
sure, for sure. Yeah.
And but basically I've always been surrounded by music and shit. Because when you're DJ and like in nightlife,
Mhm.
all you ever fucking hear is music. So it's like it just stuck with me differently than anybody else would. Because I already have like my foot in the door. Kind
Got
of.
it. And you started
I started so young.
at a young age, and
So
then
it's
it kind
kinda
of
like-
yeah.
If you play soccer at 7 years old, you're gonna love it when you're 15.
And you grew up around it. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So I always grew up around that shit.
So it makes
Like
sense.
the
Yeah.
younger you start, the more
Yeah,
the
for
better
sure.
you get along as time goes by and shit.
So let's segue into relationships by me asking you this. What do you think about like do you think that it's easier for you to find somebody, a considerable other person, like a significant other at this phase of your life right now? Do you prefer to find someone right now or wait until you blow up?
Right now.
Right now, right? But even right now, it's kind of tricky though, because girls be seeing like hustle and plays and clout and followers and shit, and they it's kind of hard for you to filter out and see who's actually down for you when it comes to relationship. Like that's what I'm scared of, actually.
I feel like at this point, I'm not driving Ferraris. I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't have $100,000
Yeah,
chains
yeah.
on. You feel me? So
yeah.
I'm still like starting off. Like,
Still
in the
trying to
beginning
get
type shit.
yeah.
So whoever like would try to approach me now,
Mhm.
I'd be a lot more willing than when I'm already like if I would already be up. You feel me?
Got you.
Because like once you're up, everyone's trying to fucking grab you. Everyone's trying to
Nah,
fucking
for sure.
like
Because everybody
get
wants a
something
piece,
off.
and
Yeah,
everybody
everyone
thinks
wants
that
to be,
they
like,
have
in the
a
limelight with the
yeah.
person, you feel me?
I got you. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel
I
like
agree.
even right now, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I really want to be in a relationship, but I feel like at the same time, I don't want to be giving half-ass effort. Like if I have to go do shit I gotta do,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna have any time to be with somebody, like to be
To
spending time with
dedicate
somebody.
energy and time
Yeah, like, I'm
and
not
just
gonna be able to fucking be on some cuddling every day type
Yeah.
shit, watching movie shit. Like,
yeah.
I would love to, bro. I've been in a relationship before. That's just the best. But like, I want to put myself on before I do anything else.
So you want to get your priorities straight before you think about anything else, like
Yeah, 100. Like
yeah.
I want to get myself up there so I can like take care of my family shit, and then like everything else that comes after that is all that's cool. But like first, I want to like focus on this, get my family out, do what I gotta do, and then like eventually find something or like.
That's exactly how I think too. It's because like right now, I think that the only way for you to like come up, quote unquote, and for you to obtain like all of the $100,000 chains and cars and Ferraris and stuff and achieve that level of success, you would have to dedicate 100%. Like there's no like 50-50, like, oh, like I'll allocate 25%.
I mean, but there are girls though
that'll boost you up, right?
That are down for that shit.
Yeah.
But like,
but they're rare to find
until it actually goes down, and they can't do it no more. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
for sure. And I think it's very rare for you to actually find, you know, girls who actually like understand where you're coming from and they actually endorse your objectives and your goals and your ambitions. And they actually like try to like push you up rather than push you down. Because I think like that's what ends up happening is like they try to like, they want your time, your energy. They want, you know, to go out every fucking weekend, and you can't afford to do that because you're not at the point where you want to get to yet. And that's what I feel like. But like, if I were to get in a relationship right now, it would have to be with a girl who, for example, who's on her own shit. Because then she could relate and she could resonate with my grind and my hustle because she's trying to get her own shit.
One of the reasons too, though, why I can't like be in a relationship right now, I see way too much shady shit.
You mean from
bro? I be
females?
seeing, I be seeing way too much shady shit, bro. Like
what, for example?
Like girls cheating on their guys, vice versa, the
that's,
lies. Cause like
that's all there is nowadays.
I have a lot of friends and shit, so like I see a little bit of everything from everybody else's like problems and shit. So I'm just watching him, just like, you're fucking horrible.
And just adding everything to your
I'm
own.
like, yeah, you're fucking horrible, bro. I was like, God. I was like, thank God, bro.
Just like, I don't have to deal with that shit. Yeah.
Bro, I've seen girls, and I'm not bashing on girls because guys are the same shit. Guys are no better, bro.
Yeah.
But I've seen girls that I've gone to parties with go wild, bro.
Cheat on it. Just
bro. 3-4 guys. And the next day,
I've seen that shit too.
They'll be cuddling with their boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, like, come on, bro. That can like,
imagine, like that could have been me.
Imagine if that were to ever be me, bro. Oh my God, I would lose faith, bro.
What would you do if you found out that your girl was just wilding out at a party that you couldn't go to because of?
So if I find out that my girl was at a party wilding out, hooking up with mad dudes, she's not my girl no more. She the world's girl. She's belong to everybody.
Jesus, take the wheel.
She's the party's girl. She's the. She's basically what's it called? A bottle girl.
A bottle girl.
Whoever's calling her over as their girl.
Damn.
That should be bad, yo.
Damn.
Like,
nah. I think that it's very hard for you to actually find like a girl that's like faithful and shit like nowadays. I don't think those exist anymore. Do you think that they exist, or do you think that they're just rare?
What?
Faithful girls. With all honesty.
I believe in faithful girls, yo, because like I've met
faithful girls.
I've met faithful girls. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
But some are just bad, bro. Some are bad. Like it's not
really bad. Like,
bro, like
it's just in their DNA.
You go out to the
at that
club,
point. Yeah.
Suck 3-4 dicks, call it a night, and then go
rinse
home.
And repeat tomorrow.
Don't even brush your fucking teeth, and then kiss your boyfriend on the mouth the next morning.
Damn, son.
Like,
with that dick
come on,
breath,
son. Like, fuck, bro. Like,
with that dick
suck
breath,
3-4 dicks, call it a night. Don't even brush your teeth. Wake up in the morning, kiss your boyfriend. That's
that's just disrespectful, son.
That's bad, son.
That's just disrespectful. Nah, fuck that shit.
And y'all know who you are. I'm not gonna say no names, bro, but y'all know who you are.
Shooting shots right now. Nah, but that shit's stupid. Did you ever get in a case where like you were between telling the truth and ruining a boy of yours like relationship? Like did you ever see like one of your boy's girl do that type of shit? Would you tell your boy, or would you just look the other way?
Honestly, I keep myself out of that situation
and just let everything unfold.
So if I even have a feeling that somebody's bad, yo, I would never go out to a party with them. I wouldn't want that on my conscience. You feel me?
Okay, yeah.
So like, if I go out and my boy's girl is like wilding,
yeah, you'll just.
First of all, if my boy's girl is going to a party, I'm not going to that party.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where, like,
where
I know something that he doesn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm holding that back from him. Nah,
Exactly.
bro. Like,
But if you found yourself like at a party where that girl just shows up while you're there, what would you do though? And you saw her wilding out. Like, what would you do? Like, you've already saw that.
who?
Your boy's girl.
I never saw her walk in.
No.
I never saw her.
Oh, so you just okay? What party?
What party?
What party?
I was home.
Okay, gotcha.
I said I didn't see anybody.
Yeah, smart move. Nah, for sure. I'll do that 100% because like, nah, yo, like that's like a lot of burden to fucking deal with. It's a lot of weight on your shoulders for no reason. It's like,
Yeah, it's like
that's like not even your girl. That's not even.
It's not my girl. It's not my relationship. Why am I have to? What do I have to deal with the baggage?
It's not your problem. Nah, fuck that shit. Fuck that
Your
shit.
boy.
Yeah.
If I see my boy's girl cheating, I'm telling my boy 100%.
You are?
100%. Because someone just asked me. 100%.
Are you sure about that?
100%.
What if you're really close with his girl though? Like you guys are equally friends, and she's like,
A bond between boys and a bond between girls is 100% different.
nah, for sure. G code, yeah.
There's a difference.
Nah, for sure. Smart move too, and you're also saving him from like future problems and shit. So it's better to tell him
Because-
now than.
If my boy sees my girl at a club doing whatever bullshit, doesn't tell me, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like,
I've seen that happen.
no
actually.
trust.
Yeah.
no, I've seen that happen too, bro. There's a lot of
Yeah.
shady shit that happens out here, though.
Yeah.
Especially in college.
Yeah. Those college parties and shit.
Like most of the time, people get into relationships just for like the momentary happiness.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, bro, I got somebody here with me. Oh yeah,
I could just call up and
I
just
just
fucking
call 'em
smash
up
real
and
quick.
just
Yeah.
fuck real quick.
Yeah.
or have somebody to hang out with me, so I'm never bored alone, bro.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
it's not about that,
Lonely.
bro. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
So, what do you search in girls? If you were like on the market right now, search
I
your.
am. So everybody watching this,
You're I. So
market.
tell everybody watching what you look for specifically, because I think that like everybody has like a specific
I
type,
don't
right?
look- I don't have like a list and shit of things I'm looking for in a
Just
girl.
pulls out a list. It's like,
Pull
alright,
out a
so
little notebook and shit.
what do I be good? Yeah.
It's like, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Cause like,
Just.
if you look at the girls that I like dated
vibing
in the
and shit.
past,
Yeah.
like, you would never see like, a similarity. It's just like, oh shit, all right.
All right. I agree.
All right.
If you're happy, all right. Nah, I got you. Nah, for sure. Do you have any like specific like what's your ultimate end goal
In what?
in life in general? It's like if you were to like, what do you want? For example, if we were to die, I don't want to use the dying thing again, but what do you want to be remembered for? Ultimately, like, yeah, just like,
Changing someone's life.
huh?
Changing someone's life.
In what way?
Like, either making them change how they're living.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes things you say can save people's lives. You feel
Impact them and
me?
stuff.
Impact
yeah.
them in a different way.
Yeah.
Basically, like, be someone's helping hand. Help somebody out of a difficult situation type shit.
Mm-hmm. Try to talk into the mic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that and shit.
Yeah. Got you.
Put this to the side.
So
I'm
it's
gonna get back to that.
later. All right. So it's basically just leave a meaningful legacy, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
basically like,
leave an impact on people's lives, be it through your music, be it through your words, be it through the way that you think, the way that you just care for people, I guess.
yeah, because like, think about it. Who do you look up to?
Right off the bat, I'd say Joe Rogan.
So what if Joe Rogan?
Just pull the mic up. Yeah.
So what if Joe Rogan had never like
Existed?
existed? How would your life have? You know, how would you have lived your life differently after that? Never having had that inspiration.
Well, I would be kind of lost right now because I would be first I'd say I would be kind of insecure in a sense where, because like ever since I dropped out of college, my college education has been podcasts, right? And Joe Rogan hosts the most popular podcast in the world right now. And he has like a infinite number of guests, doctors, musicians, artists. And like each podcast, I take something valuable away that I apply to my own life. So I'd say I would be less complete, but I don't think I would be less complete, because if Joe Rogan never existed, I would find another way to kind of fill in that void or that hunger for betterment.
But it wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be the same, no. But it would be different. But just because it would be different, it doesn't mean it would be negative or it would be worse. Because I would find another Joe Rogan or another source or fountain where I could drink,
Because some people just do it differently, you feel me? Like, even with like Triple X passing, that had a crazy ass impact on everybody.
I saw, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Whether you fuck with his songs or not, like, he had it. You can't deny that he did have an impact on the world. Because, like, he took a different route and spoke about shit that no one really wanted to talk about. Which is suicide and depression and all that stuff. Yeah. Shit like that. No one wants to talk about that. Everyone's kind of like walks away from it, like sways away from that conversation. But he kind of just like took it, exposed it to the world. Put it on a global platform and changed a lot of people's lives. And mad people are either inspired by like the way he, either by his music or just like by what he stands for. Like, he's had like his allegations in the past and shit, but what's it called? You feel me? People change. People, of course, yeah. You're not gonna judge somebody for their entire life because of that one mistake. Yeah, no. You feel me? Because and he was trying to like help people. He was doing like donations. He was starting up his own programs and stuff. I saw videos of him visiting like schools and shit. Yeah, and like, bro, that's like, what the mainstream media doesn't show though, because they feed off of like the negativity of him beating his wife, the rumors and stuff. And she actually appeared to court, I think, and she denied everything, and she just said that he never beat her or some shit like that, if I'm not mistaken. Man, that shit's so like fucked up. What people would do for a little bit of attention. Yeah. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm not saying that it was anything he said was like anything that he did was right or anything, but like there are some people, especially on the internet. The new thing on the internet is being a fucking troll. Yeah. People love that shit. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because damn well if you were to ever see somebody in person like that, they would never have that same energy. You would never act that way. Nah. Hell no, bro. Because you're chilling at your house behind the fucking keyboard. Hell so no, you're a keyword warrior, I guess, right? Like fucking, yeah. People just feel so ballsy behind a computer screen. Yeah. It's so crazy now. Until it's time to actually face the person. Yeah, until it's time to like nut up or shut up. Yeah, talk your shit. It's like almost every single time they always shut up. Because they're just like, they're just not made that way. Everyone's made differently. They're just not cut from that kind of. That kind of. Basically, I'm saying some people are bitches. Some people are. Most people on the internet are bitches. They're just fucking pussies, bro. Yeah, no, for sure. Speaking of X though, and speaking of conspiracies, like, what do you think happened to him? Because there was like hella conspiracy theories, and I was posting hella conspiracy like 14 theories. Of them, like 14 different ones. So like, I have a couple too. Which one's your favorite? My favorite one is that Drake killed him. That Drake killed him? Yeah. But man, Drake got too much money to be out. But Drake got too much money to be out here killing anybody, yo. But not like him personally though. But like he probably I think that Drake ordered to kill him for some reason. But then again, like, I don't know, man. Because I went on YouTube and I started watching like Drake videos and shit, and Drake is too soft. Like, he's too good of a guy, to fucking order people to fucking kill other people. That's what I'm saying. Like, Drake's all that aggression and shit, and like, wanting to kill somebody and like trying to fight somebody. That's literally what someone does when they cannot affect somebody in any other way. Can't. Yeah. It's like, it's a poor man's sport, bro. Yeah, because if you can actually do it, then you'll be silent and you'll just do it the way that needs to be done. It's like, all right, so like if a poor guy wants to hurt you, bro, he's not gonna hurt you financially. Yeah. He's not gonna do anything else to hurt you. All he can do is physically hurt you. That's all he has in his power. So it's like, he too rich for all that shit, bro. He got way too much money. I think so too. Life way too good for him. Stressed about like fucking for him to be stressed out over like some shit like that. What's your favorite conspiracy? If you would have to like, I watch hella Illuminati shit.
No, me too.
So that's definitely my go-to is like Illuminati.
Kill
Off
them.
They were like, "Yo, we just can't have you
exposing these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he started talking about like how New World Order shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even with like, there's just so much. I'm gonna bounce off a little bit and just go back into like the music industry and shit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's so weird, bro. Like, it's so weird. What's it called? Like, I don't know if you've noticed this, but like, why does every single new rapper that comes into the game have some kind of like
gimmick to it?
Gimmick.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
They either have colorful ass hair, or I don't know,
just
it's
tattoos
just like,
all over their face and shit. Yeah.
Alright, bet.
You got it? Yeah.
All
right. So you were talking about X and about the gimmicks of the music industry, how everybody coming out now.
And I believe in that entire like Illuminati shit. So it's like, look at every artist coming up now. Like, they're all talking about devil shit. Yeah. Like, they're all preaching like they're getting like 666 tattooed on their faces and shit. Yeah. They're all preaching about like fucking the devil and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck is this, bro? It's like the rap industry turned into a fucking like a Halloween showcase
ritual or something.
Like it turned into fucking a Halloween movie marathon type shit.
Yeah. So, what do you think is the end goal with all of this, though? It's like, do you like?
I feel like they're just trying to like
scare us.
Think about it. There's a lot of kids out there that just watch this shit. They just watch it because they have nothing else to watch, and they fall into this shit. And every kid has an idol, and every kid wants to be like their idol. Yeah. So imagine how many kids were like looking up to X. You feel me? That were feeling the same shit that he was feeling, like going through the same shit he was going through, and like they like love him because he was just like them in some kind of way. They bonded on like a deeper level. So it's like, imagine all these people like promoting all this devil shit. Kids are gonna go into that shit because it's like, oh, it's a cool thing. Yeah. They're brainwashing the entire public. Yeah. That's why they're always like pushing out, doing drugs and shit like that. Like,
it's to make people numb, I think.
Yeah, it's basically like promoting people killing themselves. Okay. Like, people are just doing drugs like crazy, promoting that shit to the youth. Like, that shit's not good for you, bro. Like, popping mad Xans, drinking mad lean, doing mad other drugs and shit. Yeah. Like, that shit does nothing for you. And there's people that'll like, they can't function without doing that shit, which is mad weird, bro. It's just like, how do you need to pop 5 Xans to go record one song? Or why do you need to go like flex lean and drink all that shit? Like, for what, bro? Like, who are you trying to like?
Do you think that it also has to do with like maybe that rapper, like let's say that rapper joined this fictional group. Let's say that it is the Illuminati, right? Yeah. This rapper joined that group, and maybe the only way for him to like cope with his conscience is to like dope himself up and kind of forget about everything. It's like that's the only way that he could go about functioning.
Everybody has choices, bro.
Yeah.
No one's. If it's like not life and death, people have a choice, bro. Like, there's nobody out there in the studio with you telling, "Oh, pop these 6 Xans real quick."
No, yeah, for sure.
Do this line of coke real quick.
Yeah.
Like, no one's there like persistently saying, "Yo,
it's like you have to do it now.
You didn't do your drugs yet.
It's time for your drugs."
Like, hey, it's time for your drugs. Go Instagram live with this shit real quick. Yeah. Like, there's no one telling you that.
No, for sure.
It's just like weird, bro.
But I don't know, man. It's like talking about mushrooms and shit. Like, all of these rappers, they all promote and advertise these consciousness, like these drugs that kind of make you numb, right? And kind of make you retarded. I don't know if we could use retarded anymore. I don't think it's politically correct, right? No.
I don't think you could. I still use it.
I don't think you could use it.
That shit.
But it kind of makes you like dumb, right? Instead of like enhancing and expanding your consciousness. I think that's what happened with Kanye, to be honest, because there's this drug called DMT,
Yeah.
And Kid Cudi, he openly talked about it on the Joe Rogan Experience about his use of DMT. And he talks about how it was one of the best experiences of his life, because after he used it is when he started expanding and getting in touch with his artistic side. And so, like, he said that a lot of people in his circle also use it. And then Kanye talks about DMT in one of his songs. He quickly just put it in one of his bars or some shit like that. And I think that that's what happened with Kanye, and that's what, like, why he's going crazy, why the media is portraying him as being crazy, and why he said that being a slave is a mental choice. Because if you think about the shit he says, like, it kind of makes sense. Like, it really makes sense.
What he said made sense. The way he put it.
Yeah, it's just the way that it was portrayed too.
The way he said that shit is the reason why people thought he was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
or thought that he was fucking, like, insane.
Exactly, because I think that he kind of had to, like, ease into the subject, and he just, like, said it.
Yeah.
You know, like, he had to, like, give some context before and say, like, hey guys, like, this is why I think, you know, this and this and this. But I think that that's what happens. Like, if the Illuminati is real and they control the media, I think that that's what they're trying to do, is, like, make anybody who begins to expand their consciousness portray them as being, like, crazy and evil. That's what they did with Jim Carrey too, who came out talking about, like, oh, like, Jim Carrey doesn't exist and none of this is real, and he just started saying, like, some deep ass shit. And then, like, there's, like, mad videos on YouTube that I started watching too. Like, I get into a fucking loophole and I just keep clicking on videos and videos and videos, and it's sounding like there's some crazy stuff if you look into it, like the use of, like, mushrooms and stuff.
Yeah.
Within the music industry, within Hollywood and stuff, it's starting to grow and become mainstream, and that's what they don't want, because they don't want Edgar using fucking DMT. And
they don't want people to have they don't want people to feel enlightened.
Yeah, exactly.
And to think differently than the normal person does.
Exactly, and that's exactly what mushroom does, and LSD and all that shit. Like, I've never used any of it, but from, like, people who use it, they say that, for example, like, if one thing happens a certain way when you're off mushrooms, or before you even used it, after you use it, or when you're on it, like, you perceive that thing as being completely different. Like, everything changes.
Yeah.
And Steve Jobs, he came up with the fucking idea for the iPhone, I think, while he was on fucking mushrooms, and he just had this idea, and then in one of his biographies, it said that he told his friend about this idea, and his friend called him crazy. And that was the iPhone, because he just had a breakthrough and just had this idea for the iPhone, and then boom, the iPhone. And then, like, that simple choice and that simple decision just advanced fucking humanity in a way, you know? So, like, that's what I think. I don't know, dude. Like, I think that there's a lot of creepy, weird shit. But that
I personally would never. I don't think I'd ever have the balls to
use it.
Yeah.
But any or
any,
like
bro.
a specific one. Really.
I don't fuck with that shit, bro.
I really want to use it one day.
I just don't fuck with that shit. I feel like it's just like, what's it called? I don't know, bro. I just don't fuck with that shit.
Why though?
Because I'm just not I'm not a drug dude. You feel me? I've never had a reason to use any drugs. You feel me?
But it's not addictive though.
I mean, even with that, I feel like I've never been at the point where I need to try it, like, to feel a different kind of enlightenment, or to feel like, you know, something different. I feel like I've just been, like, fine the way I have been recently.
Got you. I don't know. Like, I feel tempted to, like, try it one day, but, like, only to, like, see what happens, you know?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, like, I don't really use drugs. Like, I don't really use drugs. Like, I use it, like, 2 times a week, you know?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I don't use drugs 2 times a week. I don't use drugs, period. And I've never used, you know, especially mushrooms and all this shit. But the more I read into it, and the more, you know, I start looking at all of this Illuminati shit, and I don't know, man. It's pretty interesting.
It is 100% real, people.
It's 100% real.
It's 100%
We're talking
real.
about drugs. We're talking about
the
drugs.
Illuminati is real.
Real.
Aliens are real. Ghosts are real.
Did you see Chris Brown's new tattoo?
Nah, what is it?
On his back, it's the triangle of the
all-seeing eye.
Literally the all-seeing eye, and with, like, 2 guardians, like, guarding the all-seeing eye. And he posted on his caption or in an interview, he said it's not related to the Illuminati. Like, he specifically said that, just to like clarify. It's like,
then what's the fucking point of it?
Disclaimer. It's like,
could he explain it, or he just got it just to get it?
Yeah, exactly.
Because his whole thing, like his whole clothing brand, Black Pyramid,
is about that.
But like, they say that has nothing to do with it. But why does everybody seem to like stick to that shit? Like the eye, the triangle,
yeah,
like the pyramid.
Yeah.
Like, if it has nothing to do with anything, then why is everyone so fascinated with it? Why does everyone use it? You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's always the bigger artists too, like Chris Brown, clothing brand called Black Pyramid, big ass fucking pyramid on that shit. Fucking
21 Savage has one like right on his belly button.
Yeah, like Jay-Z's always throwing up this shit.
Yeah.
Beyonce's always throwing up this shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is it for then? What does it mean if it doesn't mean anything?
Exactly. What do you think about Sasha Fierce?
Like her alter ego type shit?
Yeah. That shit's scary. So like that, like I started reading into that, and I saw that before every show, she does like a ritual where Sasha Fierce fucking like comes into her, and then she goes out, performs, and then it just goes out, and then like even when she performs next to Jay-Z kind of like has to like react and improvise because it's so unpredictable what Sasha Fierce does, because he can't really predict what she does.
Yeah.
And then like there were like
that I never knew. That's creepy as fuck though.
Isn't that creepy?
I would definitely look into that shit.
Isn't that creepy?
That's just creepy as
So
fuck.
I started reading into that, and like people got like compilation of videos of like Jay-Z's face during certain things that she does on stage, and even he's kind of like scared and shit.
Now
Like,
I'm gonna have to go home and watch all this shit, bro.
I get legit goosebumps because like that bitch is scary as fuck. So
that's like
she's
my
like
alter,
powerful.
That's like my alter ego, fucking
Sasha Fierce,
Crespo Boomin. We be doing the same shit.
I'm scared right now. So like
before every show,
I don't even know who I'm talking to right now. You know.
Nah, that's creepy as fuck though.
But that's weird, and she talks openly about it.
Because I've seen most of the videos that you see about the Illuminati and the music industry have to do with Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Because they're viewed as like they're
like the
kings
biggest
and
people
queens or
doing
some
that shit. Yeah,
yeah.
And Jay-Z literally does this all the fucking time, like
every show, and everybody does it with him.
Yeah,
without knowing why.
Exactly.
And that's weird,
bro. That's the fucking. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like they're trying to push an ulterior, like they're trying to push shit onto the public. So you have a bunch of kids around the world doing this shit. They don't even fucking know why. You feel me? It's like there's a meaning behind that shit, bro. There's no way you can. There's no way you can convince me that there's no meaning behind doing that shit.
Son, I started
because
looking.
if it had no meaning or no like purpose, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
yeah. Especially people that are already at that level of success.
Exactly.
Like, there is no reason for them to be pushing something that wouldn't benefit them in the long run.
Exactly, bro. It's like, this shit is weird, son.
Yo.
This shit is jakey.
Speaking of this, something even weirder than that, I was looking into the whole Twin Towers thing.
Bro, Twin Towers, inside job. 100%.
Nah, but not even just that. I was looking into like shows and cartoons that like kind of predicted it, right? Like kind of predicted.
Like the Simpsons and shit?
Yeah.
Simpsons,
like Simpsons and Johnny Bravo and just like a bunch of other shows. They all kind of like indicated what was gonna happen.
I mean, there's one shit that I read supposedly said that because of the events on 9/11, that it being an inside job, that the owner of the property put an insurance on the building. Obviously, every business owner does that when they own a building. They put insurance on that shit. So basically, he made a couple $100 million from the insurance for the building going down.
So he profited.
So that's one of the theories that
I
I looked into and shit. I saw on YouTube of like shit like that.
The one that I saw is like, and it kind of ties into the whole triangle thing too, is conditioning. I forgot the specific term, but essentially what happens is like they target kids and they put like a bunch of like sexual shit, a bunch of triangles and eyes of Horus or whatever and fucking Twin Towers and stuff into kids' shows, and they put it in a very subtle way, you know, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, everything, and they make it very quick and subtle, but your brain picks that shit up.
Yeah.
And then subconsciously it's conditioning you.
Yeah, subconsciously it's in your head already. You're already thinking about it.
In your head,
knowing.
and it normalizes. So when that shit happens, it's like it's like it's not that surprising. Like there's not that big of an impact.
Yeah,
because
it's normalized. It's kind of like,
kind
it's an everyday thing.
So that's what scares me even more about the whole triangle thing. Like, what if this is all, building up to something that's going to happen? And then once that thing happens, we talk so much about Illuminati, about Jay-Z, about fucking lizard people, like a bunch of conspiracy theories. But what if one day that shit actually uncovers and then we're all like, I knew it. See, Edgar, I told you. Look, it's fucking New World Order.
Bruh,
like it's something normal.
Shit is weird.
It's weird.
Shit is weird.
It's fucking scary. And there's another thing too that I heard today actually on a podcast is that there's a conspiracy theory talking about like the reason why people are building up this hype about aliens and stuff and like alien conspiracy theories, alien videos and sightings and UFOs and all that shit is because that's the way that they're gonna justify the New World Order. So it's gonna be an attack from beyond, from people, from other beings, and that's gonna make us want to, form a New World Order, essentially.
No, I was just changing the.
Are people commenting?
No, I put in the pinned comment. Wait, I'm gonna end this real quick, and I'm gonna put up a story. But yo, if you want to talk about conspiracy theories, hop on my live right now.
All right, dope. Yeah. All right, so we were talking about the conditioning thing.
Let's pick a brand new conspiracy theory and just talk about like
Brand new.
Yeah, brand new one.
Lizard people.
I actually have
that
not
one?
watched shit about that, so I'm like, could be like talking to a different one.
All right. Talk about Mark Zuckerberg. Did you see his Congress thing where he had to report to Congress and he went for like hours and hours and he was speaking and trying to explain why Facebook uses people's information and all that shit?
No, I didn't watch that.
Did you watch?
No.
So there's literally videos on YouTube where people created videos of Mark Zuckerberg drinking water. Because the way that he drinks water, like it's as if it were like an alien trying to do what normal human beings do, It's like just like
Fuck. I've never
it's
seen
the
that one.
weirdest thing ever. Like the way he drinks his water, it's like, all right, so now you tilt it a little bit more, maintain eye contact, put it down, swallow the water. It's the weirdest and creepy. There's literally like at least like 10 videos of people just making compilations of Mark Zuckerberg drinking water. And that shit's creepy as hell. Like he drinks it one time, like he drinks it and he maintains eye contact during the whole thing, like strict eye contact, like it's like a fucking robot.
Maybe he's just trying to scare niggas. Maybe he's like,
bitch, if you
that's creepy as fuck though.
If you push it, I'm a fuck. I've always thought about that shit. Like,
no, but I've actually seen different YouTube videos, bro, about people who like they're supposedly like aliens and like people's skin.
Yeah.
About how some people are just like they act so weird and different, like like the whole thing about the Men in Black. You ever hear that?
The people that come knocking on your
door whenever you see like a UFO encounter or some shit.
Yep.
The two Men in Black supposedly they're like mad plain face, their face is mad
weird
flat. They have like no
stuff.
facial features. They're just like
no
they
hair.
have like no expression. They're really bald, like no eyebrows type shit. Like shit's scary, son.
I always think about that shit. I also think about like what if I don't know, like do you believe in clones and shit?
Yeah. Bro, I believe in all this shit, bro. Like there's so much
cloning people.
It's tweet fuck, man. Fuck.
Yo, like I saw videos of Donald Trump's wife. What's her name? Melania Trump. And literally like in different pictures she looks like different people. Like not in different pictures, like in different days, in different like both of them arriving in the fucking Air Force One jumbo jet. It's like it's a different woman altogether.
Bro.
And then like it swaps out. As if like they took her back and was like reprogramming her and like, yo, like you did this wrong. But until we finish with her and get her ready, send Melania to fucking Trump. And then it's a completely different woman. Like there's no fucking negating it. It's like you
I
look
don't
at
doubt it, bro, because she don't even fuck with him like that.
she
not
hates his
fuck with him,
guts.
bro.
She hates his guts, and that's what gives it more credibility. It's like
There's so many different like clips and shit you see on YouTube.
pushing away his hands.
She don't even fuck with him, bro. She
saw
did
that
not
shit.
fuck with Trump.
It's
She
hilarious.
did not fuck with that nigga.
It's hilarious. Like he tries to like grab her hand and shit, and she just like
Yeah, she
smacks
like slaps it
It's
away.
like, bitch, the fuck.
Man.
But that gives it more credibility though, because think about it. It's like this bitch is getting out of hand, so we gotta
they gotta replace her and shit,
pull her back.
so she doesn't fuck up in front of the public eye.
But you can't discard her though. Like you can't get rid of her because she's the first lady. So
Yeah,
you
she had to like keep new versions of her coming in and out and shit.
yeah, yo, that shit's fucking scary. Son. That shit's scary. Like yo, like there's so much shit that fucking scares me, son. Like if you think about it, like another thing that I think about a lot is like I don't know if it's possible. Like I don't know, man. It's like do you think it's possible for you to get to the level that Jay-Z's at? Because the way that
of like fame and like
fame,
like
money,
riches.
everything, like get Jay-Z status. Because I don't think that shit's possible. Like, how do I
Why do you think
explain
that?
this? It's like I don't think it's possible for you to get to that level without doing some crazy shit or without getting caught up in some crazy shit. Like joining the fucking Illuminati or having people fucking pull you aside and be like, look, this is the only way that you'll be able to stay here, or this is the way that you'll be able to stay in the billionaire club or the millionaire club, some shit like that. It's like because the people that you know personally, chances are you don't know anybody that made like more than fucking like made $1 billion personally, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like I think that
So you feel like that shit's like cut off.
I feel like
there's a limit to how rich and famous you could be
without
and then
getting involved
without help, and then with help,
in creepy shit.
you
Yeah.
be here type shit.
Yeah. I really believe, like, I think that once your bank account has a certain amount of zeros, somebody's going to come knocking on your door or
And be like, yo,
give you a call. Yeah. Like, you'll get the call, I think, that everybody who wants to, like, fucking, like, go to the next level, like, literally to the next level, whatever that means, that's the only way, is accepting the terms and conditions of whoever's on the other line.
whoever's calling you up and shit.
Yeah. Like I think about that shit a lot, especially in the whole like business scenario. It's like I look at like all these very successful entrepreneurs and
But think about how many of these artists also
just pull up the
think about how many of these artists also like have like basically sold their soul for the fame they're at.
to the labels, right?
To labels
Or to
or
something
to
even
ulterior groups and shit.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's scary, son.
I always thought about that too. Like,
Like sometimes, bro, because I do a lot of research and shit, and I watch
Mm-hmm.
a lot of videos and shit. And I'm not saying believe everything you see on the internet,
yeah,
but like it kind of gets me scared a little bit. Like, let's say one day I do get to fucking superstardom.
Mhm.
It's like that
What
shit
happens
happens.
next?
Like what's gonna happen to me
yeah,
once I get out there?
yeah,
Is someone gonna approach me? Is someone gonna make me like, sell my soul or else type shit? Am I gonna be approached by like the Illuminati? Am I gonna get? Is this gonna happen? You feel me? Like
yeah. Yeah.
that shit's scary, and it's like makes you think twice about whether or not you really want to get put in a situation.
About if it's worth going into that industry, even
Yeah,
maybe
because like imagine living your life not being able to do anything and not have
not being able to express yourself.
any privacy,
yeah,
any of that shit like that. Like imagine Jay-Z, he can't go out anywhere without at least 20 security guards because of who he is. So it's
Yeah.
like you and me can like go out, go to a club type shit, chill, we can relax, chill.
get in car accidents and not
Get in car
and
accidents,
not
die.
be recognized by the cops and not sign
Yeah, like-
autographs and shit.
What's it called? But like these stars, but like they go into a life expecting to live the regular lives they have now, but just with like more money.
Yeah, which
But
doesn't
once the
happen.
money comes, bro, your lives change.
Fame happens.
You never
and
live the same, bro.
That's why I told you. It's like, what if, for example, all right, let's get 6ix9ine, right?
Yeah.
6ix9ine, he was approached by the label. He was approached by Illuminati, whatever. And he was told, all right, so if you want to really make it mainstream, if you want to do features with Nicki Minaj, with fucking mainstream, get associated with 50 Cent and just, blow up, they basically got this kid or this body and just fucking put it on a fucking projector or just put it on a fucking stage, like, and just started picking and saying, all right, so, you know, tattoo here, paint his hair, do this, and do that. So, like, that's what selling your soul is, I think, is like people dictating what sells.
Yeah.
And then, like, a bunch of people gathering around and looking at you.
That's why all these guys have fucking colored hair. Like,
colored hair shit, yeah, because that's commercial. And that's like, and
it's marketable to the kids. Kids want to go and dye their fucking hair now.
Because like, kids have short attention span. And
so
that's
they
colorful.
See it and they want to be it.
Yeah.
It's like.
And it's eye-catching. It's like, whoa, like, that's a weird-looking guy. But then
yeah.
you start looking into him, and he's funny. He's a comedian. Like, 6ix9ine is a fucking troll, right? Like, he trolls people and stuff.
Like love him or hate him, yo. That guy's like,
he's hilarious.
Funny as fuck, bro.
He's hilarious.
He's so funny because like there's literally nothing you could say that could hurt him.
Exactly, and he uses like, everything to his advantage too. He plays off of it.
He can talk the shit because he's done the shit.
Yeah,
and like he's just funny. Like
he's a troll.
You can't make fun of somebody that makes fun of themselves.
Yeah, that's self-deprecating.
Yeah, that's just like the 8 Mile thing.
Yeah.
Like
spit everything.
Like just fucking
just
bashing
take it away
yourself
from your
so no one else can bash on you.
100%.
Like just put it all out there type shit.
100%.
And the 8 Mile route.
Do you also think that like most artists nowadays, like they're more entertainers than artists?
No, they're more self-made divas.
Than
fucking entertainers. Because I've gone to see some of these artists, bro, like live and shit. They fucking suck at performing.
Live, right?
I've gone to a show. I only went because I had free tickets, though. Like, I went to the show, watched, got so bored during the main act, the main fucking entertainer's,
Who?
Jay Critch. I went to go watch him live, bro. Such a fucking boring, whack-ass performer, bro.
Just no energy, no...
Just, yeah, like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, you're getting paid to entertain people, and you can't even fucking do that shit, like... That's just, I can't watch that shit, bro. I'd rather go watch somebody that has like no type of recognition, but he knows how to get a crowd
like
hype.
pour their heart
fun,
out
you feel
and
me?
just fucking
Like I can't go watch these bum ass people like with no energy. Like,
nah, I feel you. Yeah. So do you think that? I don't know, man. Like, do you? Because J. Cole kind of addressed this too in one of his songs. He said hit the store rappers or some shit like that. He said like all of you 5 foot rappers can't talk to a 6 foot rapper or whatever. And then he starts like all of you commercial hit the stores white man rapper, some shit like that. Like he
commercial hit the store white male rapper. Yeah.
Yeah, like the white man controls what goes out. And
because
like,
the only
it's
ones
all
that actually
commercial
feed into that shit is like you'd be surprised, yo. Artists like Famous Dex and shit, most of his fan base is white kids.
Which is weird.
It's weird. It's
Isn't it weird?
Yo, it's weird. It's like, why?
So today, I was walking out of Best Buy, right? And this Jeep just strolling by, like, looking for a parking space. Fucking 4 white girls, like those basic white girls, like those basic Starbucks white girls, you know?
Yeah.
Like, white girl wasted and shit. Fucking bumping Travis Scott to like maximum volume and shit, and like some fucking
people just fuck with what is hot. I cannot say this enough.
Yeah,
people will follow a wave, ride that shit till it dies down, and once the new one comes, just hop back on that shit.
I agree.
Like,
yeah.
People just love to dick ride.
Why do you think that's so though? Like, why do you think that happens?
Because people are scared to have an interest in something that people are gonna judge them for.
So people are scared of having an opinion.
Like, oh, why do you bump to him? What the fuck? His shit's whack. I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
So basically, people want to feel accepted. Like, oh yeah, I bumped the Travis too.
Mm-hmm.
I bumped J. Cole too. I bumped Famous Dex too. But then they'll never mention newer artists.
Edgar Crespo.
Yeah, like I have people that have known me for so long.
Mm-hmm.
They will not support me, mainly because I'm not big yet. They will not support me because they don't want to be the one like, oh yeah,
the only person.
They don't want to look stupid supporting somebody that's like
that's
not up there yet.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah.
And like I know who they are, and that shit's mad. Like that's just mad corny. Cause like let's say one day people do actually blow up, they're gonna be the ones like, oh yeah, no, you weren't.
I've been with you since day one.
I've been with you since day one.
I've been the only person fucking promoting you.
There's a very select number of people that have been there since the start. You feel me? They've actually been like supporting, that go to the shows, that attend the parties,
Mm-hmm.
bump the music, put it on their social media type shit.
No, for
Not
sure.
everyone's built that way.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but that's really what it is. People they're scared to be humiliated and judged, so they don't want to go out of their way to. They don't want to take a risk
To
and-
expose themselves and
Yeah,
to
like,
put themselves out
no.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, bro. Like they want to feel safe. It's basically them taking the safe way out.
It's weird, and at the same time, it's not really weird. It's just the way people are. I think. Like, I don't think social media changes people. Like, I don't think that with
It
all of
100%
this
does.
shit. Huh?
It 100% does.
No, but I think that social media exposes who you are. Like,
Because on social media, it's like all a facade, bro. It's always like people only see what you put up there,
but
and people will only see you and perceive you for what you let them perceive and what you promote.
But what you're projecting says a lot about your character, though. It's like if you're a guy that only posts shit about like Rolex watches and this is my BMW and this is like, even if you're not up there yet, but you're showing people that that's what you value. So that's where your
but think about
values
it this
lie.
way: the same way in the music industry,
Mm-hmm.
they will control an artist and make him portray himself a certain way. It's the same thing with social media. They're making them
Yeah, yeah.
portray them that way to have them more
It's all
marketable,
a facade. Yeah.
or to push a certain agenda. The same thing with social media. Like if you, let's say you're in a relationship, things aren't going that well, but you're posting mad pictures of you guys on
Of
dates,
happy
no
and
one's gonna
shit.
fucking know. They're gonna always think that you guys are, oh yeah, they're a happy couple type shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? It's all about how you portray yourself on social media.
But what if, when we talk specifically about, I don't know, like Twitter, for example, and all of those Twitter trolls and all of those people, just like we talked about, like people who are behind their computer or behind their phones, and then they have the courage to say shit, right? So let's say that a person that you work with or a person that you've been going to school with for fucking like 10 years, and you guys live in a world where social media doesn't exist. And then like after 10 years of knowing this guy, fucking Twitter pops up out of nowhere and that friend of yours starts using Twitter. And then you find out that this account is his, and then you're like surprised and like, damn, like I've known this guy for fucking 10 years. And now social media came out and Twitter came out, and now this guy's fucking like
I feel like social media allows you to live two lives.
too
It allows you to live the life that
you
wish
wanted,
you had.
you
That
always
you want or wish you had.
yeah.
Think about it. Because like when
Yeah.
I was younger, I used to play a bunch of like little virtual reality games and shit, like Gaia Online, like Club Penguin type shit.
I used to play Club.
You feel me? Like I used to have a girlfriend on these little like
Oh,
games
that's
and
hilarious.
shit. So I would always log on, but I was like 14 at the time, so I'm like, yo, like
I would get some ass.
it's funny, son.
Club Penguin, I'm like, time to get some ass.
It's funny. It's like, yo,
Oh, that's hilarious.
it allows you to live two lives.
Yeah.
And at
So-
the same time, I find that weird too. I'm just like, why do I have to go on a fucking video game to feel happy?
To feel liberated.
To feel like, oh, this is a better way of me living my life through a fucking game.
Speaking of that, what do you think about virtual reality?
Like the games and shit?
Yeah, like what's gonna like? Do you see that? Like, what do you see happening in that area?
I don't really fuck with it.
Really.
I don't fuck with it.
Like,
I just
period?
don't fuck with the idea of it. It kind of creeps me out.
Because
It's bringing,
Especially because of Black Mirror and-
it's bringing
and
all
everything.
that shit to life.
yeah,
So like, it makes it real.
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just- I just can't see myself doing that shit. Like,
So like, I've sat down and just thought about virtual reality for a good minute, and I think that we're gonna get to a point where it's gonna be like so many human beings and so many people that it'll be like each person will have maybe this section right here all the way to where you are, and just like this little box where that's gonna be your life, and you're gonna wake up and you're gonna put on your virtual reality, and then you're gonna just live life through that. And that's going to be the new definition of living. But that's not going to happen in like fucking 10 years, not even 50 years, not even 100 years, maybe 100 years. I don't know. But that's what I see
the future
us
is
going
very
to.
scary.
It's scary. It's scary. The future is probably what scares me the most. It's just like
I'm
thinking
kind of
about
happy
the
to
future.
to be living in the time that we are now.
Living right
Because
now.
like we're we're advanced, but we're not advanced to a point where we're doing shit like like crazy shit.
iRobot type shit.
Yeah, like having robots.
Yeah.
Living amongst people and stuff
Caring
like that.
for you. But that shit's coming though.
No, it's coming. Yeah, I know, but I hope that I'm gone before that shit comes, because I will not.
Yo, like I thought of. Oh shit. Did you just see that?
What the fuck?
Was that your feet like touching the on and off button by accident or no?
Nah, bro.
Let me check the cameras real quick. Yo, that shit was.
Nigga, what the fuck?
Did you see that thing? Bro, I got goosebumps for no reason right now. Yo, chill.
Oh no. Nah, chill.
Yo, what is going on? And everything's recording still, but this shit's probably. It's still going because it's not plugged in, obviously, but.
I mean, my foot hit the thing. I don't know if that was it though. It went like this, like.
Nah, because
Maybe it was my.
wouldn't do it. I mean, if you pressed it on top, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it was my foot, bro. I don't know.
Damn, that shit was weird.
What the fuck?
It was all in like a blink of an eye, and just as we were talking about like fucking robots and shit. Like,
And I was just about to say, I'm like, yo, like imagine that shit was a robot.
Yo, stop, bro. It's like, yo,
Bruh.
fuck, man.
To anybody at the Illuminati watching this shit,
Yo, isn't that weird though?
suck my dick.
Don't say that, bro. Don't say that. He
Please,
said that.
nah,
I didn't
don't
say
suck
that.
my dick.
I didn't say that.
Don't suck my
I
dick,
didn't say that. Yo, but isn't that weird? Because like out of all the podcasts I did, and I only did 4, but this is the only one that we're talking about conspiracy theories, and this is the only time like the fucking outage. It's like just very subtle.
To anybody that's watching right now, yo, that shit actually got me shook. We were talking about conspiracy theories and like alternate realities and you know
robots,
robots and shit, and then the power just went off. The power just went off and like
yo, that
on some
shit's
quick
crazy,
shit,
bro.
and we didn't know what the fuck happened.
Son, what?
As I though.
What?
It's scary. That shit was high key scary as fuck. I looked straight up. I was like,
Nah, because I just saw these lights like turning on and off real quick.
it literally turned off and turned back on. But like, if it turned off like completely, then it wouldn't have gone back on that quick.
It wouldn't. Bro, goosebumps right now, son. Legit goosebumps. And I got goosebumps right as it happened for no reason. Like I wasn't even thinking of anything. Like it was a very, like a very instinctive thing.
What the?
Damn, son, that's just crazy. I hope those cameras. I think all the cameras caught that shit, for sure.
Imagine you go back in the camera and you see some shit.
No, stop, bro.
background, bro.
Stop, bro. Yo, stop.
Holy shit!
Stop it.
This might be the best podcast ever.
Yo, I was just thinking about that too. It's like when I edit this shit, imagine if like he like moved real quick or he just like did just like a quick
What
like
the fuck?
flash and shit.
And by him, if you don't know who we're talking about this this fucking shit over here.
His name is Bob. Respect him, bro. His name's Bob.
This motherfucker just scared the shit out of us, bro.
Yeah, so
That's why I can never have some shit like that in my house, bro. Like some life size shit or like a doll or a fucking.
now, yo,
dummy.
I've been scared by him like legit a couple of times because I'm always down here alone, and he's not normally here though. Like I put him here because because of the shot and shit. But he's like normally like somewhere over there, and then like it's probably in my head. But every time I come down here, I'm like, yo, this bitch moved, bro. Like Bob, if you're real, tell me right now. Like I legit like tell him just like a fucking crazy person. Like I'm like poking them in the face. I'm like, yo, like if you're real, like tell me right now. 'Cause that shit's
Alright, bro. Until that shit goes off again.
So watch, and then he just disappears. Like he's not here anymore.
Chill out, bro.
Time to go home.
Chill out.
Like, Pat might have fucked this shit.
Fuck
up,
that,
man.
bro.
But yeah, so like getting back to the whole thing though, it's like, what if? Because this is my thought with like everything that we're doing. What if like our only purpose, or our only like the only reason why we exist, is to give birth to like this new species? Like, what if we're just incubators and we're just being used? Like, that's the natural progression of life. It's like humans come, create something better, and then that something better just eliminates everybody. Because what if we get to a point where we discover what consciousness is, or we create consciousness. Because what is consciousness? Like consciousness is becoming self-aware, right? So then it's all like the whole Matrix thing and just Neo and just like taking the blue or red pill. It's like,
You know what's crazy? I've never watched that movie.
really?
I've never watched The
Oh, that
Matrix.
shit's a classic, bro. Like you,
Is it on Netflix?
I don't know if it's on Netflix, but
Anybody watching this, can you guys tell me if they have The Matrix on
if
Netflix?
it's on Netflix. But you should definitely watch it because you're into like conspiracy theories and stuff, and that shit makes you think, like deep thoughts.
Can somebody please tell me if they have The
Like right
Matrix
now.
on Netflix?
I want to watch that shit
I will
right
watch
now.
that shit tonight. I will watch that shit tonight.
I can't watch anything tonight, son. I've been through too much.
Oh shit, it is on Netflix.
It is?
Yeah, my man World Carl 17 just hit me up said,
I
yeah, it's on
bet.
Netflix. I'm watching that shit tonight.
Shit, son. I'm gonna watch it too. Then fuck it.
I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm about to just fucking stay up all night and watch that fucking shit.
Nah, yo.
Nah, I'm gonna tell everybody right now. I'm gonna tell you guys a nice little story I had from when I was younger.
Okay.
So, if anybody in the that's watching right now can agree with me, then just drop comments and talk about it. If anybody in my shit right now has ever gone through sleep paralysis, just drop a comment real quick because that shit is hands down one of the scariest shits I've ever encountered in my life. You said it's never happened to you, right?
I don't think it has.
Because when it happens to you,
I can't remember.
You know,
Yeah.
bruh. So basically, what sleep paralysis is when you fall asleep with your eyes open.
Oh shit.
So basically,
Legit, like
you're falling asleep. You cannot move your body. Your body is in a sleep state. You cannot move your body. You cannot speak. You cannot yell. You can't do anything. All you have is your eyes open. What's it called? Yeah, my son Yuri says shit is scary as fuck. That shit is scary, bro. Because most of the time when you're in a sleep state like that, when you're in sleep paralysis, you hallucinate things because you're dreaming, but you're dreaming with your eyes open, so you can see what's happening
it's
around your
dreams
body.
mixed with
So basically,
what
like you're dreaming, you can see shit around your body happening while you're sleeping. So like this is one time that I was sleeping in my living room, and I had fallen asleep, my eyes open, like I was on my back, and then I just got sleepier, and I fucking fell asleep. And what's it called? That's good. And it's just like, so I was in my living room. I fell asleep. My back was facing up, and I have like a hallway going down my to the rooms and stuff. So it's my living room and a little hallway. So I was laying down, and then I realized that I was in a sleep paralysis because I couldn't move my body and I couldn't yell because I was trying to get up I was trying to get up, but I was like, fuck, I couldn't move. And then like in the corner of the room, I saw like a black figure.
Slender Man.
Bro, like a black figure with like red eyes type shit. So I was trying to get up and I was trying to scream. Bro, I was trying to scream for my mom as bad as I could, dude. I was like fuck, like, bro, it would not come out. So like the figure's like walking towards me, and I'm trying to move. I'm screaming and shit. But like when you're in sleep paralysis, you can move very, very little. But I was sleeping like kind of close off the couch, so like I moved my body and.
Bro, what the fuck is that?
It wasn't doing that before. Maybe it's the mic.
Nah, but why would it start like now though? Oh, stop.
That's weird as fuck. It's probably because you're too close. Probably move the water bottle more close towards you. What the fuck is that, bro?
Son, creepy shit going on right now, son. Just talk about fucking black figures and shit. This shit starts fucking squeaking. Bro, what the fuck is going on?
Wait, do you guys
bro?
hear that shit on the live? Yeah, if you hear it, then everyone watch it probably hears that.
Do they hear it? Alright, I'm gonna just exit the live.
You guys hear that squeaking and shit on the live? Let me know if you guys hear that shit.
It goes tampering with the
The
son.
frequencies.
Son, look at like the
Because your shit was there the entire time. And
it was there the entire time, and you've been moving your mic the entire time, like normally, and I haven't moved my shit. So like, why would it? Bro, there's just some crazy shit.
Try to move it
Do you guys
closer to
hear
you.
it? Huh? Towards me? Oh, stop.
I think it only goes when your phone's on the table.
I'm gonna just put the phone over there.
Yeah, you can probably just try putting it over there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not fucking with that shit right now. That shit's throwing me off, bro. But I don't get why, like, why. Bro, stop playing with me. What the fuck? Nah, bro. I tried it now on the table. Maybe it's the mic. Maybe it's. Hold up. Let me see.
I'm just answer again and see what happens.
No, but it's still going because you hear it on yours.
Some weird shit.
Can you guys let me know if it's still going? If you guys still hear the squeaking and shit?
Alright, so I'm gonna join it again.
Hell no, you're fucking wildin'.
What?
He said say Bloody Mary 3 times.
Nah, fuck that.
Fuck that shit.
Bro, I ain't going to sleep tonight.
I'm gonna get back. Alright, so I'm gonna just keep talking about the.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna keep talking about the dream. So I was in the dream. I was in the sleep paralysis, and then the figure's like walking towards me, and I'm trying to move. Like I'm trying to scream and shit. I'm trying to get the fuck out of there, and like it just keeps getting closer and closer. But like, bro, when you're in a sleep paralysis, you just hallucinate so much fucking shit. Like I've researched mad stuff where like people usually feel like they have something like sitting on their chest, or they see like figures around the room type shit. So I'm guessing that's what I saw. I saw like a figure in the room type shit, and then so I tried to move my body a little bit, and then like before the shit could like get close to me, I fell off the couch, and then off the
And then you
impact I
woke
woke up.
Damn.
But like that was the scariest shit. Like
Yeah, because you had no control over anything that was going on, right?
huh?
Because you had no control over what
Bro,
was
you
going
have
on.
bro. Sleep paralysis is hands down the scariest thing you'll ever experience while living. Because you're in an other world. You basically like you're dreaming, but you're awake. So all the shit that happens to you when you're dreaming and like being in an otherworldly state happens to you
Yeah.
while you can witness it.
Ah, fuck that.
And after that happened to me for the first time, bro, I swear to God, my life was never the same after that. I was just like, bro, what the fuck was that? That was the scariest shit ever. And like, it made me not want to fall asleep.
And how old were you?
I was like 16.
16.
So it made me not want to sleep. I promise you, yo, the day after, I did not sleep that night. Like, I did not
Dude.
sleep for like 24 hours after that shit. Like, I would not sleep at home. I would not sleep in that same exact spot.
Alone, probably.
Because, like, they say when you fall asleep on your back that you're more prone to be going into sleep paralysis because your eyes are, your eyes are up. They're facing shit. But what's it called? Like, I had fallen asleep on my stomach with my head to the side and still gone through it. And that's even worse because you can't see everything that's going on.
And you can't really.
But you can see and hear shit.
Oh, that's probably. Oh, so you also hear things?
Yeah, you hear shit.
Hear noises and
You
stuff.
hear everything.
What?
Like, and what made that shit worse is that I heard my mom going to the bathroom while I was trying to scream. So I was more scared that shit was gonna like go towards my mom because when you're sleeping, you can't tell if it's real or not because you're fucking.
Yeah.
You don't know what the fuck is real or not. So I was scared like, oh, what if this shit goes to like my family or some shit? I was like,
Damn, son.
and I was like screaming for help, but nothing's coming out. You feel me? That's the worst thing to feel because you feel so helpless. Like
Hopeless,
you're
you can't
screaming, but nobody hears you.
Damn, that's deep.
No matter how hard you scream, no one's gonna hear you. So at that point, you gotta just face that shit. You're just like fuck, dude. Like you can't do anything.
Damn, that's some deep shit.
Oh, what's up, Gabriel? How you doing?
That's some deep shit.
And like,
What do you think about those dreams where did you ever dream that you were getting shot at?
you want to know what's crazy enough? I've had a dream where I've had this dream 3 times before. So basically the dream is I'm crossing the street on the corner of my house, and I've had 3 separate dreams of me dying in a drive-by in that exact same spot 3 different times. 3 different dreams, 3 different deaths, same way every 3 times.
Same spot.
Same spot, same shooter,
car.
same car, same like right in the head type shit.
Damn.
So back when I was with my girlfriend, when I was like 17 years old, I was like a junior in high school, I used to always tell her, I'm like, yo, if I die one day, I'm gonna die in this spot right here. Like that's like I've had too many like occurrences that happened to me in my dreams and shit for me to not believe it now. It's like, yo, it should happen 3 times already.
Damn.
Like there's like that's kind of like a sign you gotta just like take this shit and run with it. It's like, yo, you can't ignore it anymore.
Warning or something.
If it happens one time, all right, you can ignore it. Second time, it's like, oh, maybe that's just like a coincidence. Third time is like, all right, bro, you gotta start like putting
analyze
shit
it, like write it down and start analyzing.
Yeah, bro,
it.
that shit's crazy.
What do you think dreams are though?
I feel like when you dream, you're basically in
a different.
You're in like a different. What was I gonna say? Basically, when you're dreaming, I feel like you're in an alternate universe, living your life on a different like.
That's what I was gonna say because that's exactly what.
Like you're living two lives basically at all times because you're dreaming and then you're living your actual conscious life and then your unconscious life.
Yeah, because people say that there are theories where like there's infinite universes, right?
Yeah.
So there's infinite Edgars. So what if those three is like you kind of like connecting and just looking at what happened to those Edgars?
Like you're looking into your other lives type shit.
Yeah. And then those three Edgars didn't make it because they died.
Yeah.
On like the same exact way. And maybe the fact that it happened 3 times is that thing that I told you. It's like if there's an infinite amount of universes and an infinite amount of Edgars, then there's one Edgar that's doing everything you're doing right now. Like even like moving the fucking paper that you just did right now again.
Yeah,
it's like the same little thing, like down to like the most, like it's the same exact thing. And then there will be like a couple of other Edgars who do like different things that got involved in fucking like drugs and gangs and shit. And then you were owing some money, so then you got shot in the head in a drive-by. And then 3 Edgars did that exactly the same way.
If anybody watching has ever had one of those dreams, yo, where they've died in their dreams, explain how, and we'll talk about that shit.
Nah, for real.
Because that's like, I've had other like ways that I've died in my dreams and shit.
Falling down and shit. Like,
but they always say like whenever you die in your dreams, like
you're
something
reborn or something
like bad happens to you in real life the day after. Not like severely, but like some side of like bad luck or shit happens to you.
Yeah. I would always dream about getting shot, but my dream of getting shot is like it's in slow motion, and I feel like I get like I legit like have this like fucking roller coaster of feelings and emotions where like I legit feel like cold and hot at the same time, and I could like almost as if you were staring at me right now from like sideways and you saw the bullet coming like slow motion
shit, yeah.
And then just fucking entering my body and shit, and then I would feel like cold sweats and then warm again and then pain and then suffering and then joy. It's like it's a bunch of like emotions and shit, and then that bullet would never leave my body though, so it would start like going through, and then once it got like towards the end I would wake up always, so it would never like go through completely. And I think I researched that. It's like, I don't know what it signifies specifically because like not many, I don't know, like it says that that's just life's lessons and shit. Like going through you yourself, or you're witnessing like the joys and suffering of life. Some crazy fucking.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go home and watch more of this shit. I don't know if I'll do it right now because I'm still kind of shocked the fact that the lights went on and off.
And the fucking sounds next to Bob.
The frequency started wilding out, especially when they got next to the fucking little dummy shit.
Yeah, yo.
That shit's a little. Might have to do a cleansing down here, bro. Might have to burn some sage or some shit.
Just call a pastor or some shit, fucking priest, and just have him come in here, bro. It's fucking bent. I don't know, man. I don't know what I believe in anymore. I don't know what to be honest. It's like, it's just much shit. It's so much information.
There's just so many things, bro, going on in different.
At the same time.
At the same time, for you to not believe shit. Like, there's 100%. You know, like, blows my mind, yo.
Mm-hmm.
What lives down in the fucking Marianas Trench?
Marianas Trench.
That big ass like trench in the ocean that they have. I have no idea where it is. But it's like it goes down deep as fuck to a point where like they weird
like, species of fishes.
Like
and
we've
shit.
only explored 10% of the ocean.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like what about everything else under there?
I'm fascinated about that too. It's like
no one knows. Like, it's literally on the same planet as us.
Exactly, and we're all like focused on like Mars and shit and fucking colonizing other planets, but
we can't even figure out what's under us, like, under our own feet.
Speaking
like, what's in the center of the earth?
Yeah, what's
down that deep in the water? What survives down there? Because it's not a normal.
It's not of
It's
this.
not a normal fish. It's not a normal.
It's not us.
Sea creature. It's not humans.
It's definitely not human.
It's like
yeah.
whatever's down there is not human. Had not been discovered yet.
Yeah, that's some freaky shit. Speaking of not knowing what's inside something, that's what she said. I'm playing.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Do you know about the conspiracy theories about the fucking Vatican? About the Vatican library?
You know the most heavily guarded place in the world is the Vatican library.
Library, exactly. That shit fucking creeps me.
The archives and shit.
What do you think is in there though?
I feel like in those archives, they definitely have things about
child porn and shit,
extraterrestrial life.
Yeah.
You know, people that taught, earlier generations of people how to do things. Because I still don't believe that shit like the pyramids. There's no way somebody like that's just happening again.
Fuck man, I would just end mine because I got like 10%.
Like what's it called? What was I saying?
Pyramids.
The pyramids, yeah. How does a person
just wake
with
up one day
very
like,
low, knowledge, very uneducated, with no background in engineering, all that shit, build that? Like, how
have that idea?
How do cavemen build pyramids?
Yeah.
Not caveman. I'm sorry about that. But like,
it's like that.
But like generations of people behind, like generations of people like a long time ago, that like I don't get it, bro. I don't get that shit. Like,
yeah.
How can you go from being so uneducated and so like not knowledgeable to creating the pyramids?
Yeah, that leap. Like, how does that leap happen?
That's too much. That's too big of a leap, yo.
Yeah.
My boy says Egyptians are type smart. All right, but like. There's
still
no
though. Like,
there's no way. Like,
there's
how do you
a limit
build,
to smart. Yeah.
I feel like there's a big like extraterrestrial life, yo, had a big part in that shit.
That gave him information to.
I was actually reading some shit before on the internet. It's like a lot of the reasons why we have such advances in technology is because no, here's one of my favorites, one of my fucking favorite conspiracies. What's it called? My favorite conspiracy ever, yo, is that during the presidency of Harry Truman, that he had set up a deal at Area 51 in a secret base underground with one of the aliens that were caught in the Roswell. The battle of Los Angeles.
Roswell. No.
Yeah, basically like Roswell and shit, and that they basically came to a deal that they were that Harry Truman would allow them to take test subjects from Earth in exchange for advances in technology. So basically, we'll give you people to test on and do your test on and shit, and do different stuff, but you have to give us like advanced technology,
aircrafts, and just.
But only to the U.S. though, so they can be advanced. So they can be advanced in like war, have advanced technology, basically to have upper hand on all the other countries. Which I believe, because like look how
it makes sense. Yeah.
Look at all the technological advances that the U.S. has over other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we don't even know half of that shit. Like, there's probably so many things going on, that the government knows that we do not know.
Oh, for sure.
Like, they're 100% hiding time travel.
Yeah.
The cure to cancer.
Aliens.
AIDS. Aliens.
Cloning.
Life on other planets. What's it called? Never heard this one. But it's actually my favorite, like, conspiracy theory. Like,
I believe it too, yeah.
Like, that trade of, like, test subjects for technological advances.
Information, yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Information. Because, like, and also, one thing that fascinates me is, like, simple shit, like, how the fuck does a phone work? Who the fuck, woke up one day and said, I have this idea, I'm going to make a fucking phone.
Yeah.
To this day, I have no idea how the fuck does the internet work? What the fuck is the internet?
Yeah. Sure.
Like,
yeah, sure.
what is the internet?
It just exists.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? It's not a physical thing. It's not like
That you could grab.
you can't
or-
grab the internet. You can't like. What is it? How does it work? How am I able to talk to my family back in Ecuador?
How are people watching this?
How
right
are
now?
people watching this Instagram live right now? Like, Bush did 9/11. 100%. 100%. Bro, that's a given. That's not even like a question no more.
Inside job.
That
yeah.
shit's like
Yeah.
a fact. You need to just like come out with that shit and just fucking admit to it. Like, but like, how does this shit work? Like, how?
Yeah.
How do cameras work? How are you able to capture a moment
And then replay it
and then be able to replay it?
and see yourself.
How do videos work?
How do mirrors work too?
A good one. How do planes work?
How do planes?
Like, how,
I've always thought about that.
bro?
It's
How
like
does that
so-
shit like?
it's so big.
Bro,
Yo,
there's so many shit that we use every single day that we have no idea how the fuck it came about. Like,
Speaking of planes, what do you think about that flight that just disappeared?
the Malaysian Airlines,
Fucking
the flight that
Big ass
disappeared
plane, son.
over the Bermuda Triangle.
bro, a plane.
That shit. Like, that shit is.
Bro, a plane. Like you like
So if anybody here hasn't heard, oh, you've probably seen this shit on Twitter. It actually had a pretty popular trending thread.
I saw that.
There was this one idea of the emergency black box
message. Yeah.
that was
yeah.
supposed to be supposed to be in the Malaysian Airlines
Mm-hmm.
flight that basically went off, hit someone's phone. Somebody might be fake, might not be fake, but like I strongly believe
Encoded
that
it and stuff. Yeah.
like the codes and stuff
Yeah.
saying that the airline that went missing over the Bermuda Triangle, the emergency black box signaled out a message to somebody. They received it saying, "We're alive, but beware of them. They're not human."
I saw that shit. That
Like,
shit's scary as fuck.
How crazy that is!
Oh fuck.
Imagine what it's like being those people right now that were on the flight that went missing. They could be alive still. They could not be alive. They could be like shits.
Bro, I gotta pee real quick.
Just don't disappear. Bro.
Just turn off all the lights and shit.
To everybody watching and shit, if you guys want to like pitch in while he's going to take a piss about that, like, if you've seen that thread on Twitter and shit about the Malaysian Airlines and the emergency black box, and some message that some girl got on her phone about the codes and shit, like the 0101, all that shit. How do you guys feel about that? Because it might be fake, because you know that's the way the internet works. People fabricate fake shit just to put out for like retweets and likes and shit. But I low key want to believe it. Like, low key, I don't know if I'm crazy for that, or some of y'all might think I'm crazy for believing this shit. Show the video. I mean, it's a thread on Twitter. You can probably find it if you like Google it and shit. Look up Malaysian Airlines emergency black box, and then it'll show you the entire thing about like the code, and basically they deciphered the code, and it said oh, we're still alive, but beware of them, they're not human. So like, that shit is fucking crazy. It might be hard to believe for somebody that's not really like easily believing of that kind of shit, but I 100% believe in that shit, and y'all should too, bro. Like, man, definitely believe it, bro. That shit is fucking crazy. Like, imagine being one of those people, yo. Like, what? Like, are they still alive? Are they not alive? Are they being held captive? Like, how are they able to live? Like, I don't know, son. Like, there's so many questions you gotta ask. Like, you can't just ignore this shit. Like, and to anybody that does not believe, yeah, like, Earth isn't fully discovered, bro. We only know 10% of the ocean. Imagine everything else that's down there. Oh, that's a good thing too. He's saying that the Earth hasn't been fully discovered. So what if those people that were actually like that disappeared are just on like a different part of the world that hasn't been discovered yet, so they're not able to be found?
Really? But there's a part of the earth that hasn't been discovered.
There's
What part though?
no, there's one part. No, there's one part actually. Yesterday, some place in Antarctica that's like
Oh yeah.
no, there's
conspiracy theories about Antarctica.
like
Because
there's some part that is like it's like humanly impossible to live there because of how cold it is and shit. And there's some places on like these big ass mountains that are literally like they're impossible to climb
Penetrate.
because of the altitude, the elevation, and
Freeze.
because of the cold.
Hmm.
And then some parts are actually blocked off by the government. So like, oh, it's legally, like, oh, it's illegal to mount these mountains and like climb the shit.
I saw a conspiracy theory that talked about like flat Earth, and it literally talked about how those parts that you just said that the government blocks out
Yeah.
is because they don't want anybody going up and climbing those mountains and looking out and seeing that the world ends there. And like that's what conspiracy theorists think about flat earthers, because like, do you know how in Game of Thrones there's that wall, right?
I never watched it, but
No?
I never watched it before.
Yeah, but essentially like, they talk about the wall, and there's a wall, right? Like a huge ice wall. And that's what conspiracy theories say, is that what if when you get to Antarctica, like that's where everything ends. And then like the government knows that. But I don't know, man. It's like don't climb it, otherwise you won't, like, you'll look into like maybe there's like something there like after that point, and maybe that's where all of the 1%ers or everybody that's part of the Illuminati goes to.
They meet and shit.
Like maybe they hop on a flight and they all just go that way and just know shit that we don't know.
Man, it's like,
Damn, yo, like my head is legit hurting right now because of all the
bro, there's just so much to
all the
take in. Like,
processing shit.
I feel like I think differently than most people, bro, because like I believe a lot of this shit. So like,
It's fun though, right? Like it's fun to fucking just
It's fun to not know shit
yeah,
because you're always dying to know new things. And it's
Yeah.
like, yo,
yeah.
you just don't know what to believe. Sometimes.
Especially shit like this that's so appealing and attractive, and it's so like, you know, like what if it's real? You know, like that's what I think. That's
honestly,
why conspiracy theories are
that's-
so popular, I think.
That's one of the reasons. Well, that is single-handedly one of the reasons why people like.
Enjoy conspiracy theories
One of the reasons why life is so livable is because you don't know, like, what if?
because of what if.
Because
right?
of what if.
Yeah. What
You
if,
don't, because the second you know everything
then
is the second that life becomes pointless.
yeah.
Because like, what do you have to live for?
Mm-hmm.
You've already lived it all. You know everything now. It's like there's really nothing more to learn. There's no longer anything that's like you've done it all basically.
I forget who said this. They say that the more you learn and the more knowledgeable you become, the more miserable you become as well. Because the more you know,
The more you know and the more knowledgeable you become, the
the
more
more
miserable you become.
miserable, and yeah. And it makes sense, kind of, because like
Imagine what it's like being an extremely intelligent person that works for like the FBI. Shit
Yeah,
must
that
suck
just
because you know
probably sucks.
Imagine people that actually.
know like the
I do
inside
not. I
things.
do not fuck with Trump, yo. But imagine what his life is like, knowing all the government secrets now.
Yeah,
Being a president,
opening the fucking
opening the
Area 51 files,
files,
looking into it.
opening the black books, all the codes and shit. Like looking at every single thing the U.S. has going on, like overseas, medicinal training, scientific experiments,
Yeah.
and like different engineering shit. Like your life will never be the same after that. Like imagine being a firm believer in all this shit, and then you get to the point where you finally find out that all that shit is real.
Yeah.
How scary is life after that?
Or how insignificant is it after that? You know, it's like
I don't think it's like insignificant. I think it's like
because like
it's scary that all the monsters in your head are coming alive.
are real.
Yes.
Yeah.
So imagine growing up, you see all these monsters. Like, you think
Boogeyman
about
and stuff.
the
And
boogeyman,
Yeah.
monsters under your bed, and then one day you
You
hit
actually
25
meet
years
them.
old, and then you actually find out that the boogeyman is real and that the monsters under your bed are actually real. You live differently.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all your greatest fears have come to life.
I legitimately think that Trump isn't real. Like,
You think Trump's not real?
like,
Like-
like, think about it. the whole presidency thing is weird to me because those are candidates. Like all of those people that are running for president, you didn't choose them. Your family didn't choose. Like nobody in Newark had a finger or a decision in who was going to run for president. Like those are like pre-established people. Like they're all like puppets.
Yeah.
And then like we are given the perception of control, the perception of democracy. Like we think that everybody's like that your vote matters. Bullshit. It doesn't matter. My vote doesn't matter. Nobody's vote really matters.
I never understood the electoral college and shit.
Yeah, because it doesn't really make sense.
It takes power away from the voter.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I voting for if in the end
it's
the
all
electoral votes matter over
the
popular vote?
Yeah.
Because literally that's what happened. It's literally what happened in this last election.
Yeah,
Trump lost the popular vote but won the electoral vote.
And most people don't vote, so then their vote is kind of... So
basically, what the fuck did I vote for?
Yeah.
What the fuck does anybody vote for, honestly?
And who do they vote for? It's like, who are those people? You know? Why are they there? You know, like, I don't know. Because think about it. What if you got the opportunity to see all the secrets of the world? What if Trump has insights into the fucking Vatican library, like as president or as participant of the Illuminati? Like he could actually see everything. But what if that's the exact reason why they don't get just anybody to play that role? And what if like Trump's a fucking like clone or a fucking robot, and then all these world leaders are all like fucking like weird, you know? Maybe I don't know, dude. You could go so fucking deep with this shit because like my idea is, will you ever be president? I don't think so. I don't think anybody we know will ever be president. I feel like
people that end up becoming president, that shit's like set for them before they even know it.
Yeah, and I think it's all well planned out.
Like there was a theory too that fucking Obama's real name wasn't even Obama before he was chosen as president. But this entire like backstory that he has now for his life and shit was all created,
fabricated
for his presidency.
Yeah,
that his life wasn't like that before. That he used to pop like mad LSD, shit like that. Like,
very hippie, very.
Yeah, there's so many different things that people say, like, it was, like, weird.
I think that because I've, like, gotten the opportunity to, like, meet politicians both here in the U.S. and both in Brazil, for example, like people who are in a relatively high position, right? Who are, like, maybe mayors, senators, and, like, they seem like normal people. But I think that you get to a point like you could aspire to be a senator or a governor of fucking New Jersey. You could do that, but the moment you want to become president, I think that some shit happens. I think that like somebody comes knocking on your door again. Like it all comes down to like that limit.
It scares the shit out of me, the fact that there is no safety within your own government.
Yeah.
Because your government is the one that you have to be held, you know, you have to be safe from.
Yeah, true.
Because think about it. Once one person becomes too knowledgeable or has too much power in anything really, because think about it. Some of the most powerful rappers in the world, you know, there's always theories about them being in the Illuminati. Yeah. You know, because once you're a person of power, I feel like people take interest in you. And they're like, okay, this guy has power in this, you know, demographic. We can use him for this motive to push said agenda.
Yeah, puppets and stuff, yeah.
So basically it's like, it's everybody wants to be successful, but like there's so many downsides that come with it, not even knowing. Like think about the average rapper that comes from the hood. None of them are ever thinking, yo, one day I'm going to be, you know, approached by the Illuminati or people of alternate thinking. You feel me? So like Jay-Z growing up, he was probably, you know, he was like
never thought about that
shit in the hood.
Yeah.
And probably never thought, oh shit, one day I'm gonna be approached by shit like this.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. Because I've seen videos where they got Jay-Z and Diddy.
Well, I actually have one thing, that one of my boys told me at the studio one time. And actually the way he said it, I was just like, what the fuck? It's weird. It's like they say when they put somebody to rest, it's like a person dying, right? So why is it that when people go tell you to rest, like people always telling you to go rest, like, oh, you need rest.
Mhm.
But in the sentence that you put it in a different way, going to rest means dying. And so you know how when you go to your when you die, people go to your funeral, they're mourning,
Mhm.
but you rest and you wake up in the morning.
Oh shit. So the play on words.
Yeah, because I don't know if I'm saying it the right way, but like the way he said it to me, I was just like,
It makes sense, yeah.
like
yeah.
when you die,
I've never
people
thought
are,
about that.
people are in mourning, but when you rest, you wake up in the morning.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it was like, there was one more line that he added in there, but like I forgot what it was. But it was like some weird shit. And when he told me about it, I was just like, what? Like it was weird because it was like creepy. It's like,
Because it makes sense too.
yeah, it's like
the play on words.
yeah. That's why that shit was mad creepy to me. I was like, what the fuck?
People mourn.
People mourn. People mourn when you die and get put to rest. But
So people are mourning.
But when you rest, you wake up in the morning.
Wake up in the morning.
It's just like something to think about.
Yeah. But anyways, talking about the whole Jay-Z thing, there's this video that analyzes Jay-Z's speech patterns and Jay-Z's and Diddy's speech patterns because they're both the most rich rappers nowadays, right? Like African-American rappers. And if you notice, like they're very politically correct now. Like the way that they talk and the way that they communicate, like they're very white, like
they're very media trained.
Exactly, like very robotic, and they know exactly what to say at the right time, and they know what will, have people feeling a certain way and have people like them more. And I don't know, man. All this shit is something to think about. It's all something to like digest and try to understand.
What's it called? The Instagram live ended.
It did?
Yeah. And it's like 1 a.m. Do you want to like start cutting it up?
Start ending it? Yeah. So let's end this podcast because this podcast has been more conspiracy shit, right?
Yeah.
And we'll obviously have like other episodes where we'll talk about like different subjects and maybe have a boy of yours come in. I'm gonna try to get 2 more mics and then try to play around with the cameras, maybe buy a couple of other cameras off of Amazon, cheap cameras, just place them in fucking different strategic places. I really wanted to have like a roundtable conversation with other people who enjoy, this type of shit because I think that this is entertaining.
All right, so I'm gonna do like a little shift of the camera.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna tell you. Is like, just ask people whatever they want. Whatever you want to ask them, plug in whatever you want to plug in, and just communicate directly with the audience right now. But just talking to the mic while you're doing it, because otherwise.
We out here, FiberCast Podcast with Cali Lacerda, Edgar Crespo, and in this episode we talked about conspiracy theories, fucking the music industry, fucking alternate universes, fucking aliens, ghosts, fucking relationships, cheating, being loyal. We talked about it all. I had some Chipotle. You feel me? So if you guys fuck with this in the content, fuck with these kind of questions, let me know, let Callie know. We'll definitely like touch on this, and
do future episodes and stuff. Yeah.
Probably come back for another episode.
Yeah. And also what we could also do is like build up to each episode. So we could have like topics and what people want to hear and talk about. And then we could like do our research before and then actually like give people what they want to hear.
Yeah. So like let us know what you guys want to like. What you want to hear, like questions wise, what do you want to like talk about, like open discussion type shit. So FiberCast, Cali Lacerda, Edgar Crespo. Thank you for watching. It's lit.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
All right.
It's lit.
It's lit.
Gang.
That was dope, man. That was dope.
Bro, that was actually a nice ass conversation.